Welcome back to Rival Talk. This is episode 7. I'm Amo. That's Matt. We've got a lot to talk about today. We're gonna do a quick recap on most of the games and do a deep dive into about 4 of them, and then we're gonna go through a few different things here at the end, and then finish up with some fantasy matchups. But here's where Matt steps in, and takes it from here. He's gonna
Yeah,
start on this first game.
if this is your first time and you don't know the deal, he's a Cowboys fan. I'm a Commanders fan. That's the idea of the rivals talk. Yeah, but we come together, share some ideas, talk some football. Um, Starting with, I think we start with the first game of the day, the Jags game. It was kind of going on during our podcast last time, but now it's finished. Nothing really changed. The Jags won. We talked about it a little bit in the last one about how I don't know. I think it was just it must have been London. That's all I have to say. The Bills didn't look the Bills. I mean, they did get some injuries. There's a ton of injuries around the league this week. We'll get into some of the bigger ones, some of the smaller ones, but I don't know. You hate to see it in the league, but it felt like everyone was attacked by the injuries.
Injuries definitely played a factor. I mean, the Jaguars definitely had a one up because I mean they stayed the whole week in London. I think London did have something to do with it. Not to take away from the Jags, I do think they are going to be a solid football team this year.
Yeah,
But I didn't see the Bills offense looking that stale in the first half, especially because I mean up until about up until that fourth quarter, I mean, even with the Jags putting up points, like, the Bills still kinda made it look close for a second, and then but that Bills offense was not clicking in the first half at all.
no. I mean, late in the game, they made it a little competitive, but, they were down by so much. It felt like the whole game, the turnovers were playing a role. It was just a messy game from the Bills. I definitely agree with you saying the London 2-week back-to-back definitely helped the Jags.
In the second game, just because they didn't have to worry about traveling, they were able to
Yeah,
stay there, practice, they were already in kind of a routine from the previous week for sure.
I definitely think it's gonna be interesting to see how the Jags play this week. I mean, spending, probably about 2 weeks in London, I'm sure they flew out right after the game, like, Sunday night, red-eye back to America, but, they were there for they didn't get there probably the day before, so they probably spent a week and a half in London, coming back to America. I mean, good thing they don't have a Thursday night football game, that would just be cruel, but, it would be
That was just
interesting to
messed up.
see if it took a toll on them. See if, the spending that much time in London, then coming back to America, how does that affect the team, you know?
Right,
Because you
right,
can
it
get
helped
it.
them staying there for a while, but how's it gonna hurt them coming back?
Yeah,
And I mean, it's where are they playing at?
I have no idea.
I
Jags
think
this
yeah,
week,
I think they get
they're
a home
home
game,
against the Colts.
home against the Colts, so, division game there, and I mean, Gardner Minshew's been playing well. We'll dive in more of Gardner Minshew, later. I'm just a
I
big
think,
fan. But
honestly, let's hit that game next. Let's hit Gardner Minshew and the Titans. Let's go there. I mean, we say Gardner Minshew because, yeah, if you weren't watching this week, that's another injury that happened. Anthony Richardson, I don't remember what they said, but it was a shoulder injury. He is,
Ace AC joint,
yeah, he has now been placed on the IR, which means he'll be out minimum of 4 weeks. You hate to see that, especially from the young rookie. I mean, week one, uh, Trevor Lawrence said to him, "Protect yourself, bro," and he made it 5 weeks, and he's on the IR. You need to hope that,
with his 3rd injury, and he missed a week, so
yeah. I mean,
he's
he
left
needs
every game
to,
he's played in except for 1, which is unfortunate because he could be so good.
yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean,
he's so athletic, he's dangerous, he's got a cannon, and, like, the only way to get better, especially in the NFL, is experience to play.
yeah,
Like, you can't get better by watching games, trying to rehab, but it's just unfortunate.
yeah.
But
Very
at least it gives
unfortunate.
Gardner Minshew the chance to play. I love watching him play, man.
I mean, I feel like every time Gardner Minshew plays, it's like, holy shit, who is this guy?
It
He
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 makes
he
it competitive every single time.
every team he's been on, he continues to play like he was an what? He was an undrafted or a late round pick. I forget which one, but
I think it was either 7th round or undrafted,
like
but
he is just continued to go from team to team and get his opportunity in one way or another, and he's looking great in his Colts uniform. I mean, the long
he
hair,
does. He
Gardner
does.
Minshew, like I mean, I think the real story of this game, like that is the big story, is the quarterback switch for the Colts, but also what highest paid running back in the league is
Oh, I
back or
know.
top
Oh, I
three. I
know.
mean, it makes sense that he didn't get thrown in there to 30, 40 carries. I mean,
Of course.
um, I
We're
I
talking about
am
Jonathan Taylor, of course, if you didn't pick that
Jonathan
up.
Taylor. They also have Zach Moss, who did he had a lot of yards, a
Couple
lot of
days, like I have it written here that Jonathan Taylor he signs for a 3-year deal, averaging 14 mil a year. A couple days later, Zach Moss's teammate proceeds to rush for 165 yards, 2 touchdowns. One of those touchdowns being a 56-yard touchdown.
yeah.
It's
I mean,
crazy. Like it doesn't necessarily mean they paid the wrong person or whatever, but I don't know, man. Running backs, I don't know if I don't know if you can pay them that much and have enough to pay the rest of your team to win.
Jonathan Taylor only got 6 snaps. It's his first game back. I
Of
don't
course.
think, and I think this week he'll probably get closer to 15, 20, and Zach
You
Moss will
think
get
that
us
many already? You
maybe
do because
pushing 15.
not only do they have to get him back into football shape, but he was out because of an injury. Obviously, it was contracts, like people. That's what people want to say, but ultimately, he had a sorry about that. He had a hurt ankle. Like he got put on the physically unable to perform. So
Yeah.
like they don't just lie about that because you're going through contract disputes. Like there was a real reason. They do have to slowly roll him back in. I don't see him getting 15 carries week 2. I think he'll get a few more, maybe 10, maybe 12. But that 15, 18 mark, that's when you're, I mean, how many times do teams run the ball nowadays?
I mean,
About 20 times, 30, maybe 30 times a game.
yeah, they ran it 34 times, and that includes quarterback runs from 2 from Anthony Richardson, 2 from Gardner Minshew.
Back to Gardner Minshew, just his stats from the game. I mean, they're not
Yeah.
asking him to do a whole lot. He didn't play the whole game, but they only asked him to throw the ball 14 times.
Yeah,
And he
he made
completed
11 of
11 of
those.
them
That's
for
crazy.
155 yards, which is, I mean, he's doing what he needs to do, especially when you can run the ball like that. I mean, I'm not saying the Colts can be dangerous, but they can win some games for sure.
I
Because I
mean,
mean, the Titans aren't amazing, but they're not poop. Like DeAndre Hopkins was having himself a day. I'm surprised that wasn't a note of ours to talk about. D Hop. All I saw all day on Red Zone was D Hop, D Hop, D Hop, D
yeah,
Hop.
he had 8 catches, 140 yards, but no touchdowns. That's the story, and that's why we're talking more about the Colts and not more about D Hop
Right,
and the Titans.
right.
I mean, Derrick Henry had 0 touchdowns. Ryan Tannehill had 0 touchdowns. It looks like there's not a single person on the offense that scored a touchdown because there's not.
Derrick Henry threw another pass. I
Yep,
remember seeing it.
it was incomplete. It was a very upsetting one. It was he
It was at
kind
the
of
back of the
chucked
end
it.
zone, was it not?
Yeah. Oh, they did score a touchdown. They had a rushing touchdown from Tyjair Spears.
It was a good run. It was a
Yeah, it
good run.
was
I remember
nice.
seeing it.
Yeah,
Derrick Henry with only 43 rushing yards on 13 attempts. Longest being 8 yards.
yeah. Not a good day for Titans
My
fantasy owner
goodness.
unless you got D Hop. Sell D Hop. I mean, I just sold Michael Pittman, but we'll get into that later.
It if somebody is trying to take D Hop in fantasy, sell him. Because that's not happening every week. I love
No,
him, but we have to talk like we can't forget every year that they play is a year older that they get
yeah,
and more hits on the body. Like, yes, age is a factor, especially at receiver when you
yeah.
lose that ability to separate. But he looked fantastic. But he won't do it every week.
Off to a team that looked awful. Uh, Pat Saints. I mean, story of that game is Saints dog rolled them. There's not a single thing the Patriots could do.
I
Their
don't know
offense looked
how
awful.
we were so wrong. Like I thought after the Cowboys played the Patriots, I thought, yeah, there's no way. no way they even sniff losing to the Saints because of the week that they had against the Cowboys. And then no, they proved me completely wrong. I bet they shocked Bill Belichick too.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
mean,
Mac
oh
Jones
my
just looked awful.
goodness. Back to back 35 and 34-point losses. The
Yeah.
Patriots look abysmal.
Yep.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
all. That's all we need to say for this game.
Mac Jones needs to be selling insurance. I mean, he can come work with me. He'd probably do really good doing door-to-door sales. My goodness. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, we can move on from that game.
Ravens Steelers. Story was the Ravens
Crazy fourth quarter.
crazy fourth quarter. I mean, Kenny Pickett came alive. Everyone still wants to fire Matt Canada. That has not changed.
Did you see
Uh,
that video?
the video of the Penguins game last night.
No, 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 no. Well, yeah, I mean, one that they were all saying fire Canada,
Yeah.
and but no,
The
it's the
funniest thing is
video.
Mike Tomlin was there. I think.
Really.
I
That's
think he was
probably
at the
why
game.
it's probably why they were chanting it. But the video I'm referring to is it's a video of the not the press box, but like the
Oh
coach
yes, the coach's box
of Matt of like
during the touchdown.
during that throw, they show his reaction. The whole like room is like, yeah, because obviously it's like a game-winning type touchdown in like a clutch moment, except for Matt
Matt
Canada
Canada.
sitting there stone faced, just
Yeah, it's because people
and
believe that he didn't call the play.
right. It's most likely that that Kenny audibled out and he was
Yeah,
like he saw something he liked. He was like, oh, boop, nope, let's
yeah,
go. I like this matchup. And then Matt Canada was like, that's not what I called. Or he was just upset probably because the fans were chanting the whole game
yeah. Fire
first.
Canada.
Yeah. Hey, but I was wrong there in that game. I did not see them coming back. That was a it all started with that it was a safety, was it not?
Yeah,
Yeah. Almost a touchdown, ended up being a safety. And then that's where I mean they said it on red zone. It was during the witching hour. It was like right after the witching hour started. And
yeah,
then crazy things just started to happen. I mean, as far as turnovers, crazy stops. I mean, it looked like the air just got completely taken out of the Ravens offense in that
yeah.
fourth
They
quarter. I
really
mean, late in
slowed
that
down.
game, they looked horrible. I mean, I saw a stat today. There was 7 drops in that game. I mean, Zay Flowers dropped at least 3. Like they were not connecting on deep balls. It's not Lamar's fault. Like every year they try and get him help at receiver and they fail.
I mean, I still like Zay Flowers. I think he is
I
a
do
great,
too. I do too.
great player.
He just had a
He's just
bad game.
young.
Yeah,
I mean,
he did.
Mark
He did not
Andrews
have a
is
good
back,
game.
so they're gonna be good. I mean, they just can't let a fourth quarter come back like that.
Right. I mean, they just need to score more points. I mean, they just need to catch the ball. Like they were up 10-3.
Yeah,
Like and I
14.
almost like during the game sometimes when I know the game's over, like I go switch our picks, like I'll change them to green or red. And like it was like 10 minutes left, like in the fourth quarter. And I was like, okay, yeah, Ravens win this. I almost changed it. And then the safety and then turnovers and then stops and then touchdowns. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
It was a good game. It was fun to watch. But
off to another crazy witching hour. The Texans Falcons. That was a crazy one because they had 3 touchdowns and a field goal in the fourth quarter, including one to win the field goal to win the game.
Desmond Ritter continues his undefeated at home streak.
You know, it makes me feel better that the commies have them in FedEx next week. Oh, never mind. We're going to Atlanta. Oh,
Oh no.
it's all right. The season's over. Sell the team again. That's the motto. Until we win, and then I'll be back. But
Yeah,
for
yeah,
now, I need a win.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I feel like this game, Desmond Ritter was good. Bijan was pretty quiet until he got that touchdown late in the game. But I feel like,
Bro, that did you see that snag?
yeah,
Oh my
I
goodness.
saw it all over my fantasy. It's probably the reason I lost. I said
Oh
if
my
Bijan doesn't get a touchdown today, I win this game. I
Bro,
lost in fantasy.
he has a highlight type play every single week.
Yeah,
He's he's very good.
he's very good. Um, Off to a running back
Des
who
no,
it, oh, let's
well, no,
say
just one last thing, just on Desmond Ritter. I mean, they really trusted him with the ball against Houston. I mean, he threw the ball 37 times. He had 329 yards. He had a touchdown.
he had a rushing touchdown.
He had a rushing touchdown as well.
Yeah,
Wow,
yeah.
good game for Desmond.
Desmond did well.
I mean, I think I had the Texans winning there because I'm a big CJ Stroud believer. CJ Stroud also played pretty well. I mean, for the last like 3 weeks, he threw for
I mean,
two. He
s-
threw for one. His completion percentage is always kind of low, but he's not throwing picks.
he has not thrown a pick. He actually set the record for most pass attempts without a pick as a rookie or coming into the NFL.
Just a reminder, I know this last week wasn't a good showing, but who did CJ Stroud pass on that list?
Dak Prescott,
Thank you. Thank you.
but
Thank
Dak
you.
Prescott. We'll get to
I
that game.
can't
We'll get to it.
I,
We'll
I
get to
I
it.
can't defend what happened. Well, we'll get into
We'll get into it. Um,
it.
Bijan looked good. Someone who was also drafted in the first round as a running back, not looking so good. Jahmyr Gibbs, Lions, Panthers. I mean, it's not that Jameer's not looking good. I mean, he didn't even play this week, right? He was out. Yeah, Jahmyr Gibbs was out this week. But like,
Yes, and I was quite relieved. I've covered it in the past and made a few TikToks about it, but went and traded for David Montgomery because Jahmyr Gibbs just wasn't performing, and then he ended up being listed out, and of course David Montgomery went crazy. Sorry,
yeah.
but you were saying?
I mean, if you haven't followed us on TikTok, go on over there. It's rival.talk.pod, I think, right?
Yes, sir.
That's the Rival Talk
Just type
podcast.
in you can just
Or
type in Rival Talk Pod. It'll come up.
yeah, just check us out there. We post clips of the podcast. We close fantasy stuff, whatever we want, really. Um, but yeah, Jahmyr Gibbs, not in. Lions 8. Question is, I sent you the tweet today. It was a press conference of who's their coach? Dan Campbell? No.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
Dan Campbell. Um, and he said they went out and got David Montgomery for him to be their workhorse, basically. And they said they drafted Jahmyr Gibbs, and he said, "Don't worry, he'll get his touches." But he said his touches won't be carries. His touches will be passes. They'll be shuffle passes, stuff like that. He'll be used more as like a
Gadget
almost
player, right?
third down back. Yeah, gadget player, third down back, specialist, whatever they really want to. But it's as someone who I did not draft Jahmyr Gibbs, I was very high on him coming into the
I
season.
did.
But if you drafted him in that third, fourth round area, somewhere high in your draft, it's very upsetting for you because David
I took him
Montgomery,
late, but it
yeah,
still sucks. I thought he was gonna be a steal. I was like, oh, nobody knows it. Nobody knows about him, and they're gonna use him in ways we've never seen. But as far as fantasy points, he's not getting the ball consistently enough. I
I
mean,
mean, yeah, David Montgomery's eating, and the
must
best
have.
rookie on that team is Sam Laporta.
Sam Laporta, I have him in both my leagues.
I don't
I don't
have him in a
know,
single league, and I'm
I don't know
upset
how he
about it.
became available, but
He
he
is,
is good,
oh my God, he's good.
very good.
So good. I thought the rookie tight end on the Bills is probably gonna be one of the better tight ends in this league. But no, Sam
Dalton
Laporta.
Kincaid.
Yeah, Dalton Cade. But he's not even playing. I still see Dawson Knox
Yeah,
on the
because
field.
yeah, they had Dawson Knox. I don't really understand that pick. I mean,
I thought, maybe it'll be a little bit of an upgrade for them.
maybe they thought they could try and use him more as like a receiver and like a two tight end set, but yeah, I don't know. But Sam Laporte is good. I
Sam
mean,
Laporta's good. Jared Goff is, I don't know what, probably a top 10 quarterback, no? I mean,
the way he's playing this season. I mean,
he
even with turnovers, like he's throwing a good amount of touchdowns and he's making the right reads and playing well, getting wins. He's 4-1,
yeah.
and one of those wins is against the Chiefs.
I mean,
Um,
Lions could be
and
Lions are probably top 3 in the NFC right now. No,
I would
I
put them
mean,
over the Cowboys, to be
yeah,
honest.
I mean, who
I mean,
what yeah, who else? I put them 3 probably. I put, San Fran 1, Eagles
San Fran,
2, and
Eagles,
then Detroit 3. Like, they're a very
the
good team.
Detroit. I mean, the Seahawks and the Rams are solid, but they're not 4-1. And I mean,
Yeah. I
the
mean,
the, the Seahawks are like that. That's who beat the Lions, right? In OT.
yes.
So the Seahawks, I mean, they're not bad, but like I definitely put the Lions over the Cowboys just because in our two losses, our defense looked horrible.
Yeah,
Like it
and
looked like we never had a shot. And then it's weird because in our two wins, it's because our defense absolutely put us in a position where like there's no way they never had a shot of winning. But then in our losses, our offense, I don't even know. We'll get into it later. But yeah, the Lions defense, they've had points scored on them, but their defense has never put them in the position where they're like, oh, we're not even in this game. And yes, we did start talking about this game because they did play an opponent, but that opponent is quite not good at football, the
I mean,
Panthers. So that's why we didn't
who's
expect
still
anything
good at
from them.
football after all this time? And I don't know why we ever doubted him, because he's always been Mr. Shiesty. He's always been amazing. Adam Thielen.
I
I
knew that
mean,
was coming. Once I looked down, I see the 11 receptions for
like,
107
they're
yards and
just feeding him, and he's catching,
all they
catching,
got.
catching.
That's all they
It's
got,
all they
dude.
got. And like DJ Shark's there, but he's kind of yeah. But Adam Thielen is still good. I mean, at this rate, he's taken in all your fantasy leagues. If he's still available, you're playing off a bunch of just like idiots, basically. Like, he has been eating for every week now, and that's really the only bright side from from the Panthers. I think they had no run game.
They throw the ball a lot. Yeah,
Yeah,
41 attempts. I mean, for 247 and Bryce Young throwing for 3 touchdowns,
2 interceptions though.
2 interceptions though. Hmm.
Uh,
They had 14 of them in the fourth quarter when the game was already over.
yeah.
I mean, maybe he's starting to figure it out a little bit. At least he can score. It's not like he's like I'm not a big fan. Like
It's just
I just think he's too small.
yeah,
But it's not like he's out there throwing 3 picks a game, no tuds. At least he's scoring. Good for him.
yeah.
They're not winning, but whatever.
You know
That's what.
who's not scoring? Daniel Jones.
Well,
And
now he's hurt. But
he is hurt.
yes,
I mean, there's a lot of injuries from this game, and
there's
the
so many.
from Miami Giants. Devon Achin on IR now. It was very
RIP fantasy leagues. But guess who's coming off IR?
Jeff Wilson.
Picked him up in fantasy.
Yeah. Daniel Jones is hurt. Darren Waller is hurt. Saquon is probably going to continue to be out. Um,
I
I
mean, he's
don't
probably in no rush to be back now that
yeah, I
starting
don't
quarterback's
see
out.
a reason to put him in when the highest paid tight end in the league is out. The top 5 highest paid quarterback in the league is out. Like, why go in?
Highest paid tight end in the league. Let's revisit that. Can we talk about how much he's making? Tell the people, please, how
Oh, I
much
don't
money
have it up. Let
Mr.
me
Darren Waller is making.
Well,
This
Darren
huge
Waller,
stat.
he did perform this week. But the highest paid tight ends in the league, number 1 is Darren Waller.
How much?
Oh, can I pull that up really quickly? Let me see. Um, why does it not say? It does not say how much he's making, but I do know it's the highest. Oh, 17 million a year.
Crazy. He's the
Yeah,
highest paid.
he is the highest paid.
I like him too. It's just he could have been so productive elsewhere.
Yeah, I mean, he was high on the Giants. Everyone thought the Giants were going to be good. I mean,
My goodness, they are quite the opposite.
yeah, not good.
Easy win for the Dolphins there.
Easy win for the Dolphins. Tyreek Hill 8, like always. Um,
Ooh, Tua threw 2 picks though. They were pretty gross. One of them was really bad. It looked like I don't even know, it just came out of his hand really weird.
Waddle caught a touchdown, which was nice. 2 picks, 2
It was
touchdowns.
I could tell that they were trying to get him back. Like whenever a receiver is coming back from injury or something, and you know that they can have a big impact in the game, you try and get them a tud early. They're like,
Yeah,
"Hey, welcome back. Like, let's go."
yeah. And it's good to see I did trade for him recently, so I want him to be back.
Oh yeah. I mean, it was nice during red zone. Like every time somebody scores, I just turn my phone to my girl and show her. I'm like, look, on my fantasy team. Like Sam Laporta, like when Achin ran that long touchdown, like and then Tyreek Hill had a touchdown or something like that. I was like, hey, look, oh yeah.
Um, See, I didn't have that until the 4 o'clock games. And in the 4 o'clock games, I just had one guy who just kept scoring touchdowns. Jamar Chase versus the Cardinals.
Oh, we could dive into that game.
Yeah. Big things to say. Jamar Chase is back. I've been saying this for 3, 4 weeks now. This was his homecoming game. Not actually. He's not from Arizona or anything, but 3 touchdowns.
You mean it's homecoming. He's not coming home to anywhere, but
No, he's
no, he's
back in the NFL.
back. He's back.
He had 3 touchdowns. One was a 63 yarder. I was at work, so I could only watch it a little bit. I didn't see if it was a deep throw. Did you see that one? I think it was a deep throw. That's what I heard. It was a deep pass from Joe Shiesty, who is also back, maybe. Um,
Maybe he
is
did jump
this
all
is
over
this all
Stroud.
just a big overreaction? They played the Cardinals. I mean, you
The
think the Cardinals
Cardinals
are
fight, bro. They
they
fight. I mean, up until the fourth quarter, it was 4-point game,
yeah.
and then I mean, since he put up 10 in the fourth, but man, Cardinals fight. But no, I didn't get a chance to watch much of it other than the touchdowns. Really, just Jamar Chase, Jamar Chase, Jamar Chase. Saw him 3 times pop up on the screen, and then red zone was kind of staying away from that game because I mean, I guess they didn't think it was as close as it
Yeah.
as it was until the fourth.
I mean, I watched this game pretty exclusively when I could, because Jamar is my best player in fantasy. I still lost, and Jamar Chase dropped 50. That's how bad my team was. I started Anthony Richardson, who, as we know, got
Ooh,
hurt. We
that's
talked
bad.
about that
That's
one.
bad beat. Bad beat.
I mean, I don't need him anymore. I have Justin Herbert, but like it hurt, you know.
Ouch.
I
Yeah,
hated to see that one happen,
it
but
hurts.
it was all right.
Ooh, one more key thing about this game. James Conner, IR,
James
out
Conner.
for at least 4 weeks. So many people. It's not only injuries, they're injuries that require them to be out for like 4 weeks at a time.
Yeah,
That sucks.
I think the person who's going to take over that backfield, I think it's going to be Amari DeMarco.
DeMercado.
Yeah, DeMercado, however you say that name. Sorry for butchering it.
Amari DeMercado. I mean, that's what I'm going with. I
Yeah,
mean,
I assume he's a rookie. In fantasy, I got him for $40 on waivers. We have a high bidding league, you know. I was actually tied with a person at $40 because my team sucks. I got the player and he didn't, so he can suck.
5'9" rookie out of TCU.
Yeah. TCU, they were nice last year, remember? They played for a national championship.
Yeah, but yeah, they did.
They played for a national championship.
Yes, they
Um,
did.
and he was one of those players. So maybe him on the Cardinals will be nice. Maybe he'll eat. I'm not sure if I'm going to start him yet. I'd have to consider it, but I don't know. Who do they play next week? The Rams. Yeah, probably not going to start him.
Yeah, they have Aaron Donald.
Yeah, they got that big guy in the middle who trains with knives.
They're fake knives, but yeah,
They're still knives.
they're fake, but whatever.
Yeah.
It was a
Uh,
cool video. It was a cool video.
all right. I guess that's pretty much all we got from this game. James Conner on the IR, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase is back. Is it an overreaction because it's the Cardinals? We don't know. every game they played so far has been close.
They fight
Yeah,
until
I
the
mean,
end,
I hope
except
Jamar
against
Chase
the
is back.
whatever. Jamar Chase is back. I just hope Joe Burrow is back.
Yeah. Um,
I mean, he
it looked
threw
like he
3
was back.
touchdowns, but he still threw another pick.
Yeah.
I mean, dang, they seem to not be able they haven't been able to really run the ball like that. Joe Mixon 25 carries for 80 yards, and they threw the ball 46 times.
Yeah.
Dang, maybe that defensive front of Arizona is pretty good.
Yeah, I
Because
mean, how
what
many times did
they held the team to under 100 rushing yards,
yeah, but
93 total.
when you can get Jamar almost 200 yards, like you don't need to run the ball. Jamar had what 195 yards, 3 touchdowns. Like
15 receptions.
yeah, they
Oh my goodness.
Jamar gets the ball. T. Higgins was out, like so it didn't matter. As him hit the whole first drive of that game was Joe Burrow was like 6 for 6 and 4 receptions to Jamar Chase and 2 to this guy Irvin.
Bro, imagine imagine some receivers across the league. Imagine their stat lines if they got 19 targets in a game.
Yeah. Like
Oh my goodness. Imagine CD Lamb with 19 targets in a game.
we can get to the what Jerry Jones said about that or about CeeDee
Ah,
Lamb.
it's they make it so difficult. Every part of the organization makes it so difficult to be a fan. So difficult.
Like
But
do
I
I
know there's still a few more games before we get there. I want to talk about that last.
all right, all right.
Oh my
We'll go into the last team from our division who we haven't talked about, the Eagles versus the Rams. Uh,
dude,
let's
I
just
thought the Rams could do it, but then I was watching right before half. They make some mistakes, give them a penalty, brotherly shove for the take a 7 point lead going into half. That
yeah.
right there, I knew at that moment it was over.
The Eagles
That's just the way
continue to be
NFL
the
games
best
go.
team in the NFL in the third quarter, not allowing a point. Um,
They also didn't score a point.
yeah, but when you don't let
Well,
up a point, you
they haven't
don't.
allowed a point in the third quarter all season.
No, I think their point differential in the third quarter is just
Just
absurd or something. Like
okay, true.
they're the
But
best. Yeah,
man, I guess their offense stalled out at halftime too.
yeah, and then came back in the fourth quarter, kicked 2 field goals, but it didn't
That's what
matter
I mean.
because
Their offense stalled out in the after the first quarter. That's what I meant to say.
yeah. All right, I feel like that's all we got from this game. I feel like on to the Broncos Jets.
Nah, I got more to say about the Rams
What
Eagles.
do you got to say about the Rams? Floor is yours.
Uh AJ Brown is good.
AJ Brown's very good.
I mean, 6 receptions for 127 yards. That's very good. He's big. I like to hate on him, of course, because he's on the Eagles. We have to. But like with him and Jamar Chase, I guess what you have to do as a receiver to get the ball is just bitch on the sideline for 1 week. And then the next 2 weeks, you're going to get fed. I mean, I'm not saying AJ Brown necessarily got a ton of targets because he only had 6 receptions, but he turned those receptions into yards. He had 127 of them, and he had a 38-yard reception. And then, like, back to the game we were just talking about, Jamar Chase. I mean, we heard him a week, 2 weeks ago, being like, "I'm always open. I'm always open. Throw me the ball." You
Yeah,
got 19 targets. I mean, I guess you just got a bitch to get the ball.
yeah.
CD,
You
start
can.
crying. CD, start crying, please. We need to. We just. I don't know. We need to get the ball in 88's hands, bro.
Yeah,
Need
that
to.
feels like priority number one.
Yeah.
I think our priority number one is get the ball into number 17's hand.
How are you going to skip past this Eagles Rams game without even mentioning the fact that Cooper Cup is back? That first drive, he had 5 receptions, 50 yards, and
Yeah,
then he
and then
only
the
had
rest of
three
the game he had
receptions the
three
rest of the game.
receptions.
Yeah, but he had 118 yards, and I mean
Yeah,
Puka Nakua. It's not like Puka. It slowed him down. He still had 7 receptions, a touchdown, and 70 yards. I mean,
but it's exactly what I said would happen. Puka's
They're
14 receptions would become 8-6 or 7-7.
Yeah, I mean, you're right, but when you say that Cooper Kupp didn't do anything there, like, after that first drive, that's true, but just the way the game was going, both offenses really didn't do much. Like,
Yeah.
kinda
The
just
second
had each
half
other
didn't have a
figured out.
touchdown.
Like, I think when games happen like that in the 4th quarter, I don't think it's due to lack of performance by the athletes. I mean, yeah, there were some turnovers and bad plays, but I think it's just great game planning. Like, it's almost like being in like a stalemate when you're
Yeah.
playing, like, they're just so I think both of those, head coaches and coaching staffs are very good, even the Eagles with losing both coordinators.
Yeah.
But
The
now
Eagles offense looked good. Jalen
I am
Hurts did
ready.
everything.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, they threw the ball a lot,
Yeah. I mean,
but
Jalen Hurts also ran the ball
no one
15 times.
no one talks about his dumb picks. He throws a lot of shitty picks.
Yeah.
Like, his picks are dumb picks.
Um,
Like,
Now ready to move on?
but yeah, now I'm ready.
Dope.
I got nothing else to say about that game except I can't wait till the Eagles lose 'cause they're undefeated still.
100%. We're rooting against the Eagles every week.
Every week, biggest haters.
Um, Another team I'm gonna hate on, the Jets and the
Hey, I
Broncos.
picked them to win. Let's go.
Yeah, Sean Payton is just lost.
Trouble, trouble. And I don't, the craziest part about it? After last season, you would think the trouble starts with Russell Wilson, but it doesn't. I think this much, say it's bold, whatever. I think Russell Wilson is the one bright spot of the Broncos at the moment.
I mean,
They aren't
it's
losing because of him. They're losing because of coaching. They're losing because of effort, and their defense is dog shit.
like I started Jalen McLaughlin in my fantasy league this week.
That's a crazy start. Last week, I mean, I saw his performance this week and wanted to go pick him up because I like the way they use him.
I mean, they're not going to use him the same way because Javonte Williams is back. That's why I started him. Javonte was out, and Aaron Jones is questionable on Monday night. Ended up not playing, so it was a perfect decision by me because if Aaron Jones is your last option on Monday night and he's out, you're
You
fucked
have
because
no other option because
someone
they're,
already has AJ Dillon.
yeah, and like, yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, so I started him and just hoped for the best.
Good start.
And yeah, he scored a touchdown, got some yards. Um, I don't think he'll be the same next week with already heard Javante was cleared to play. So, but yeah, it was like they were in the game. Like I don't know what happened. Going into halftime, they're up 13-8. The bad safety. It was an intentional grounding in the end zone.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, he was getting sacked anyways. There's gonna be something. And then coming out of um halftime, didn't score a point in the third quarter. Um, didn't score another point until 4 minutes and 44 seconds left in the game, like in the
And
fourth
then
quarter.
when I said they aren't losing because of Russell Wilson, obviously I'm not referring to his fumble that lost them the game. Obviously, that was his fault. But he's not playing like shitty. Like, it just sucks that he was, I don't know, had to try and come back in that situation. I mean, the Jets defense is not bad.
Yeah, the
Jets
Jets
defense is
defense is
good.
very good. I
It's
mean,
very good.
I
And
don't need people to go and start thinking that Zach Wilson is good because he's still not good. Was 19 for 26, 199 yards and an interception. Like he's not good. Garrett Wilson wasn't even their leading receiver. He's the best player on the field when they're on offense. Throw him the ball.
you need to get the ball in your playmakers' hands, man. They
Yeah,
still won that game though.
they won.
Russell might have been the reason they lost that game, but he's not the reason they have what? Have they won this year?
Yeah, they were 1-4.
Yeah. He's not the reason they're 1-4, but he might be the reason they lost that game.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, I feel that's all we got from that game.
Jets win.
Yeah. Uh. Chiefs Vikings. That lot to talk about from this game. 'Game. 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 Big injuries on both sides of the ball.
Refs bailed him out. That last drive, that's what I wanna talk about, and that's really all I got from this game. Where there
Yeah.
was 3 penalties on one play. There was a roughing the passer, which they didn't call at all, and then there was a pass interference, which they called, and then the defender who committed the pass interference went and took his helmet off, and instead of calling the penalty like it should be an instant penalty, 15 yards, as a matter of fact, the refs told him to put his helmet back on, and then the refs met and they decided that, oh no, the ball was tipped, so it wasn't a pass interference in the end zone while missing the roughing the passer, picked them all up, boom. It's like if that was a first down, that was a touchdown for the Vikings with like 2 minutes left on the clock to win the
Yeah,
game.
I mean, not to
And
win
they
the
picked
game,
up
to
all
tie the
the
game, but
flags.
yeah,
Like it's insane.
yeah.
The I hate refs.
Be
I
careful what
hate
you say
refs
about
so
refs.
much.
But yeah, refs stink, especially in the NFL. They've been pretty bad this year. I feel like there's a lot
Oh
of
my
missed
goodness.
calls. There's a lot
They
of missed calls every year. I mean,
I just hate how much they can dictate a game. Like, if you're gonna make shitty calls, do it all game. Don't wait till there's 3 minutes left and then make one shitty call that just I don't know, completely dictates the like overwrites the last 40 minutes of play. Like, I hate it.
I mean,
Whatever though.
the only thing, there's a couple things I want to talk about from this game. First was Travis Kelsey looks like I guess he rolled his ankle or something, ended
I
up
thought
coming
it was
back in the
Achilles. I thought it was Achilles go pop, but then he did like stand back up and end up like getting off the field on his own. I was like, oh, bet.
yeah, he came back in, scored a touchdown. He's questionable for Thursday night. Someone who on the other side of the ball who got hurt and will be out at least 4 weeks on IR is Justin Jefferson. You hate to see it, especially from probably the best receiver in the league. Hamstring injury.
Probably. Well, yeah, I guess probably because Tyreek Hill is a
Yeah,
dog.
Tyreek Hill is a dog. Stephon Diggs is also a dog.
Dog.
Jamar Chase, dog. Um, but yeah, he's gonna be out 4 weeks. Jordan Addison's value is through the roof right now.
Maybe KJ Osborne. KJ
Maybe
Osborne has a lot of drops, but I do think just because he's a veteran, they're going to target him a lot and ask
the
him to
only
try.
problem is I saw that this week the Vikings were trying out Colt McCoy. It looks like a
Getting ready to
possible
trade.
tank might be in order.
Getting ready
Tank.
to trade.
It sounds like it's Caleb time in Minnesota.
But also, guess who has a no trade clause?
Kirk Cousins.
Yes. So he would have to waive that. They asked him about it today. He didn't seem very thrilled. He was just like, I don't waste my energy on that. Like, I'm worried about the Bears this week. That's it.
Yeah,
It's good for him. I mean, I
for
like
sure.
Kirk, but what makes the most sense? I mean, the
The
Bears
Jets.
trade, trade with the Bears.
No, they couldn't
It
do
doesn't
that.
make any sense to ever trade within your division.
The Jets is the only team that sounds like unless another quarterback goes down, maybe like the Colts, like Gardner Minshew's gonna be he's gonna
Call
be
me
all right.
crazy. Call me crazy. Call me crazy. The Falcons?
Maybe. I mean, I think they like Desmond Ritter too much right now. The Titans maybe, but
But I don't think the Titans are looking for just the same thing.
yeah, like especially when they got two young guys sitting
I mean,
right now.
he's better. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot about them. Yeah, but he's better than Tannehill. But
Yeah.
it would pretty much be the same thing, especially in their offense with what they ask him to do. But they could probably evolve it a little bit with him. It wouldn't be bad, but they got some young guys that.
We also can't
But
forget that
no,
he
no,
is one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the league.
you also can't. We're forgetting whoever trades for Kirk. It's just to finish the year. He's on a 1 year deal.
Yeah,
So having those young guys doesn't matter if they're trading Tannehill.
exactly. Very good point.
Maybe the Titans does make sense, but they won't do it.
I don't think the Titans would give up the capital that they would want for Kirk.
They're not trying. I don't see it happening because of his no trade clause and his money. Like I don't see where it would make sense.
Yeah.
Whatever. I didn't watch the Packers game, to be honest. I was busy, but
I did. The story
I'll
of the
let you take.
game going into the game was there's two brother kickers, and that's what felt like the game was like. There was only two touchdowns. One in the first half from Jacoby Myers, one in the second half from AJ Dillon, and then it was kicks, kicks, kicks until the fourth quarter, where Josh Jacobs basically had the ceiling punch right at the beginning of the fourth quarter, and then there was nothing. I
I did see
actually,
Jordan Love starting to regress a little as well. Had 3 turnovers, I believe.
yeah, he did not look good. Three interceptions. Jimmy G also had an interception, so not to be forgotten. That only leaves one game left from this week.
Oh, oh man. I didn't enjoy it, bro. I didn't enjoy it. Did you get a chance to watch it too?
Yeah, I watched it.
Yeah. Um, so we were supposed to spend this whole off season closing the gap. Um, we widened it somehow.
Yeah,
Um, like first, our offense looks so stale. Like, was it Dak? Could have been. Is it the offense as a whole? I think so. Is it our decision making on third and six, deciding to run the ball? We've never gone for it when we should have on fourth down. I saw a metric today saying us and the Ravens and the Broncos. Like we never go for it on fourth down when we should. Like when teams like the Seahawks, the Bills, and the Niners all go for it every time that they should, and look at their records. I mean, the Seahawks, I kind of snuck them in there, but the Bills and the Niners, like
yep.
they're good. Like that's just coaching. That's just I don't know. McCarthy's offense is stale. Dak
Oh,
didn't look good, but the 3 picks, I mean, okay,
they were bad.
it's hard to defend, of course.
I
But
mean, you were down by a lot. He was,
what do you want us to do when we're down by three scores? I mean,
yeah,
we have to
he
try and
he
air the
just
ball
got
out.
into a point where he was forcing it. I mean,
Yeah,
South County alum Oren Burks with an
Oren Burks with
interception.
the pick. Shout out Oren. But yeah, that deep ball, that sucks. Just overthrew it. Tried to take a shot, didn't pan out. Forced one into Oren. That sucks. And then the other one was like he forced it and then it got tipped up, which yeah, it could have been an incompletion, ended up being a pick. You can feel however you want about that. But what else do you want from somebody who is trying to come back? He didn't play the best, but if you watch the film, like the route combinations, as far as like the depth of our receivers when we're running slants, like they're breaking at the same time, making it easier for the freak show Fred Warner to cover 2 people at one time.
Yeah,
And I mean, dude, Fred Warner is I think it's Dak's kryptonite, honestly. Like,
he's also just amazing.
dude, yeah, I'm not taking anything away from Fred. Fred Warner is so good, but I think I don't know, I think he has something like in Dak's brain. Like he sees him out there and he just crumbles. Like I I don't know. Every
Yeah,
time they play, and he's so good. But that Niners team, holy shit.
yeah.
I was
They.
so wrong in saying Kittle was not going to be a factor. My goodness, was he a factor?
I
Three
mean,
touchdowns,
he only had three catches. They're just all touchdowns.
all tons. But like the reason I said he wasn't going to be a factor was because of J. Ron Curse, Malik Hooker, and Donovan Wilson, our trio at safety. But upon further review, I don't think any 3 of them are going to be on the team next season. They are playing atrociously, nothing like last season, but I don't know. It's
Yeah.
only they've only when I say they've played atrociously twice, but those were the 2 losses. I
Yeah.
mean, our
I mean,
defense now ranks 30th in pass defense since Diggs' injury. Sorry for not giving you a chance to talk here. I mean,
no, you're
Cowboy.
good. Keep going.
I'm rolling. But yeah, dude, ranked 30th in pass defense since Diggs' injury. That can't happen. Like what the hell? What the hell? Are the Niners? But all of that said, I mean, we looked horrible. But are the Niners the best team in the league?
Yes.
Yeah. So like even if we played well, we would have lost, but it wouldn't have been by 32. But
The 49ers are not going to lose a game until New Year's Eve.
okay. You think they're gonna get into the 20 because they've won 14 straight since I mean regular season games, of
Yeah.
course, because they
I
lost in
mean,
the
I just
championship.
know they're going to lose New Year's Eve. That's all I know. They play the Commanders.
Yeah, I was thinking about it for a second. I was like, who did it? Oh, gotcha. Oh,
Yeah.
also last freezing cold take from last pod. Not scared of Brock Purdy. Very scared of Brock Purdy. Because
Yeah.
I mean,
He
if you're
he
watching
could
the film, he's got
he,
the best QBR in the league. I
he
mean,
could make a run at MVP if they keep this up all season. Like if he
yeah.
can continue to do what he's doing, he can make a run at.
So we were gonna make a prediction for a way too early NFL prediction for the MVP, and I didn't tell Matt what I was gonna say. He didn't tell me, and we weren't gonna talk about it. But I mean, since you
We
just
were
said
both going to say Brock Purdy.
that, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Like I was gonna say Brock Purdy as well because his QBR, the way he reads the defense so quickly. I mean, his weapons obviously it helps. The offense it helps. But oh my goodness, he's got such a good arm. He's making the right reads. He puts it on them. I like him. I'm a big Brock Purdy fan, but I had to hate last week, of course. But now that he kicked our ass, I mean, can't say shit about it, bro.
Yeah.
I'm
He
very scared of him. And then, oh, one more thing I want to say about this game. Well, no, probably not the last thing I'll say. But before I let you talk, is Micah, did you see what he said? That video he released?
no, what was it?
Bro, like he has a podcast and he hopped on the day after and he was just talking about the game and then he was like, "Yeah, I mean," he said, "Laugh now, cry later." Like if we see them again, saying like, "Yeah, we're gonna fuck them up if we play them again." And then Debo responded. He was like, 42 to 10. I don't think y'all want to see us again. And like he's right, bro. They're the best team in the NFL right now. They can say whatever they want. I don't know why why Mike is poking the bear. Like we have
Yeah.
no room to talk. And like the the thing that hurts the most about this game is it's not like the Cardinals. We didn't beat ourselves. We
No,
just
you
got
got beat.
stomped. Oh my goodness. We just got completely smashed. Like it wasn't anything we were doing that was beating ourselves. Other than I mean, our offense, it just doesn't look that good. But it's not like the Cardinals game where we had 11 penalties at halftime, where we were self-inflicted wounds, like just missed tackles, bad
I mean,
reads. It's
Dak's
just
interceptions were until late. I mean, that
right.
is pretty much where
That
they put it away, but it was already turning out to be this way before
right.
that.
We were gonna lose if he threw picks or not. Like
Yeah.
that's the only chance we had to try and come back. I mean, he still didn't look good, but like at least it was against the best team in the league, right? Like
Yeah. I only watched this game because my last player in fantasy was Jake Ferguson.
okay,
My opponent had Cowboys defense. So
oof, that's like a -3 performance there.
no. In my league, it caps off at over 35 is like that's the most amount of points you can lose, which I kind of hate. But so they got 0 points in my league, and I knew I needed Jake Ferguson to have 11 points. Going into the game, I said if he has 11 points, that would make me able to win. He did not have 11 points. Um, I feel like taking on to that. I made a trade this week in fantasy. I got rid of Jake Ferguson.
Bye
Here,
bye.
I can pull it up. Uh, right here. This is the trade. I traded Mark Andrews for Michael Pittman, Jake Ferguson, and $8 fab.
You won.
It's essentially in my head, it was just Michael Pittman for Mark Andrews. That's all it
Uh,
was.
pretty much. I mean, I don't know why. Did you really need to throw Ferguson in there to complete the deal?
Probably not. They really wanted the fab though. So it's all right. Fab is I'm almost out of it anyway, so who cares? My team stinks. I have no fab, so
Oh, that comment on the right, I like that. I agree with that. That's all you wanted for Andrews, like for real. Like
Yeah.
you win that trade for real. I mean, he's overvaluing Michael Pittman, and I mean, I guess he wants those fab dollars, huh?
Yeah, he wanted the fab dollars. I mean, I kinda sent it thinking he was gonna say no, but he was like, "I like this," and then he's like, "Add 10 fab," and I was like, "5," and he was like, "8," and I said, "Send the trade." Yeah, I was like, "I don't care. Whatever. Take the fab dollars. Let me get Mark Andrews. I need a tight end. I'm not gonna let this fall through for some fab dollars."
Nice,
Like,
good trade.
after I made the trade, everyone in the league was like, "I offered you something better. Like, why did you accept that?" And I was just thinking, like, "Good for me."
No, sorry to flip real quick. Did you have anything else you wanted to say about that Niners Cowboys game? Did you get a chance to watch? I mean, it was the only game on at the time.
Yeah, I watched it for fantasy purposes.
That's it.
Yeah.
And Jake Ferguson did indeed not get you 11 points.
A touchdown would have got me it. That's all I
Yeah,
needed.
touchdown would have got us a lot of things on Sunday night, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
maybe
the one touchdown we did score though, sweet. Back to a dime, and Cavante Turpin showed that we can use him as a viable receiver, but now he's hurt, so that sucks.
does stink.
But
Yeah, that's all I had from that game.
oh man, the Niners are good. I'm kind of worried. Should the Cowboys be worried? I believe so. But
Again, it's
at
only
the end of
week
the day,
5. It's
at the end
only
of the
week
day,
5.
it's only week 5. Everybody's definitely overreacting a little because if you look at it, at the end of the day, we're still a top 10 team in the NFL. Guess how many make the playoffs? Almost half of them. Well,
Yep.
no, half of them. And I mean, we'll make the playoffs. I mean, we'll see. It's probably the same old story in the end, but it's week 5. You can always get better, right?
It's only 14 out of 32, which is almost half, but yeah.
I thought they added an eighth team. Oh no, they added the seventh one. I'm tripping.
Yeah.
Tripping. But
You're
yeah,
good.
almost half of the NFL makes the playoffs. It's week
Yeah.
5. We can still get better. Let's hope we dodge the Niners somehow. We're not winning the division though. I'm taking that back. Eagles are
Commanders
still
are
5
gonna
and
win the
0.
division.
No, Eagles are still 5 and 0. They'll find a way to win the division, but they're not as good of all around football team as the Niners. Just by
Yeah.
the quality of their wins. I mean, they have blown out one team and it was the Bucks, and the rest of their games it's way too close. But damn, I'm ready to move on. If
Yeah.
we lose this week, I'm throwing in the towel. Might have to cancel the pod. Try again next season. All jokes. But it'd be rough. It was an all around rough week. We both
Yeah.
lost.
We both
Washington
got
lost.
blown
Cowboys got
out.
Cowboys got stomped. You got stomped. I
We
went
both
0
got
2 in
we
fantasy.
both got embarrassed on prime time television
Ugh,
this week.
rough week for the pod.
Luckily,
Rough.
mine wasn't actually on cable TV. Mine's on Amazon Prime, so only a select few can watch it, you know? Yeah, you wanna hit some Weddles? You got
I
anything
do.
else? Anything
Yeah,
else to say?
there's just a few tweets I saw throughout the week that I sent to myself. I just kind of wanted to share. Let's
Yeah,
do it quick. Let's see well like where the conversation goes with these, but I at least want to show. Give me a second here. You can see me here.
yeah.
Cool. So the first one here, I sent this to you a while ago. Riverboat Raw has his time come to an end.
I hope so.
My goodness.
I hope so.
My goodness.
It
56 games. He's led at halftime in only 15 games, which he's won more than 15. So congrats to him for being able to win while not leading at half, but not very many. 73% of the time.
that is not good.
This is kind of what I was touching on. Kind of sucks when you lose like that, especially to the team that has been the reason you can't get past a certain point in the playoffs. This is one of my favorite guys to follow. He's a Cowboys
Beat writer.
like yeah, he has a podcast and stuff like that, but he shows up in my feed a lot and he has a lot of rational takes. Like, I mean, it does kind of make it all feel meaningless, right? If we can't get past the one team. And
Yeah,
that team didn't even play for a Super Bowl last year, which is crazy. Like, ah, it sucks.
I've seen this one. I
This one
also,
here,
yeah.
this a cool one to talk about. I mean, Chase
Eh,
Young, Michael Parsons. I love these two.
I
Max
mean,
Crosby, Aiden
the
Hutchinson are playing
craziest
so
thing
well.
about that is Chase Young missed week 1, came back
You
on a
want
snap count week 2. Like,
you want to see the craziest part about it? Well, I can't find it right off rip, but all of these people, like, has like 250, 300 pass snaps.
yeah,
Bryce Huff, 112.
wow. I mean,
Insane.
it
Insane.
it doesn't mean that much when you're not getting sacks, but I love to see Chase Young is creating havoc.
It does mean that much because if you're creating pressure, it's affecting something. You might
Yeah,
not be getting the sack, but someone else might be, or you're shutting down the play because the QB couldn't stay in the pocket for the split second long enough that he needed to make the right read, or you force like you know where I'm going with that, but
yeah.
it does mean something, but it would mean a lot. It would be a lot cooler if
It
it
was sacks.
came along with some sacks. Yeah,
What is this video of?
it's just talking. Just look at their offense to the details. Like watch how the shift coming over from this side right here affects our linebackers this way, opens up the hole, boom, 7 yard gain.
Yeah, I'm never gonna get over my life that we traded Trent Williams for nothing. Look at him.
I One trade that I know is haunting the Cowboys, which isn't like a very obvious one, but the Amari Cooper trade.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
oh my goodness, I
this
love
was
seeing.
insane.
Did you saw this today, man?
Yeah, he played
So
like that.
for those of you who don't know, David Njoku, this is the tight end for the Cleveland Browns. 2 weeks ago, I believe he was in some accident where he suffered burns to his face, and then he played in a game like a couple days later. This is what it looks like.
Yeah, his burns were
Oh,
crazy.
oh my goodness. He showed up to the game wearing a mask so no one could really like see his face. I'm trying to see if I can see a video of it real quick, but nah, you know how the threads
Yeah,
go. There's just wild things in here, so we'll stay out of there. But oh my goodness, talk about toughness, bro.
yeah, that was crazy.
Oh my gosh. And then you sent one thing. Oh,
Yeah, it
this
was just we've already talked about most of this, but all on the same day. Justin Jefferson on IR, Devon A. Chain, he ended up going on IR.
one thing we
Rams
missed though,
traded.
on the exciting side of it. Look
I
at
mean,
this.
excited
Fantasy
for who? Excited for me or exciting for you?
exciting for probably neither of us, but just being a fan of the NFL, it's good to see people
I
coming back.
mean, yeah,
I mean,
he
I like
makes his
Austin
debut
Eckler.
against the Cowboys on Monday night.
Whatever, man. I didn't really think about it, but I like to see people recover coming back from injury that are good people, and like solid running backs. I like Austin Eckler. It's good
Yeah.
to see him coming back. Fantasy owners.
We also didn't talk about the Rams trading Van Jefferson to the Falcons. How
Yeah, I
does
mean,
that affect the offense? Does it affect the offense?
I
Just
think
gives them kind of a speed threat, it feels like. I feel like it could be a nice fit.
that's kind of what I said when I saw it. I mean, I was in the car with some guys from work. I was like, wow. I mean, it's not like it's not like they're adding a all Pro Bowl type receiver, even someone who's like a game changer at all. But any weapons that you can add to that offense is going to help. I mean,
Yeah, I mean the Rams didn't need him. They have Cooper Kupp, Puka Nakua, Tutu Atwell. Like,
and like the Falcons, like adding anyone to that room, you need to. I mean,
yeah,
it's
it
not.
definitely can help.
Yeah, for sure.
Could be exciting to watch him. yeah, let's crack out a couple Weddles and we'll wrap it up. I mean, again, if you made it here this far, we appreciate you. Make sure you like, you subscribe. Uh, we have all of our things down in the description, our Twitter, our TikTok. Go check those out.
Oh yeah. Give me a second here. We'll pull up a Weddle.
Yeah.
Let's run
I
it.
mean, it was a first week of buys this week, which was kind of weird in football, you know. The 1 o'clock window only had 6 games. We had four on the TV, two laptops, and all the games were on. We didn't even have Red Zone on because we were watching them all live. Let's start off with
Where you going?
Justin Jefferson. Ooh,
All right,
what a
receiver,
guess.
taller than 6'1".
Either 19 or 20 jersey number in the NFC.
Oh, so 19. It's number 19.
Oh, no, Deontay Johnson's not. Who are you looking up?
Kenny Galladay.
Um, what a guess. Amo is on
What's crazy?
fire.
What's crazy is I almost guessed that to start us off, and we would have been right.
That's crazy.
Let's go again. Let's start it off with Adam Thielen. All right. So he's taller than 6'2".
Let's go
Jersey.
Brian Robinson. No, wait, yeah, Brian Robinson.
He's taller than 6'2".
I think he is. Let's go TJ Hawkinson. No, wait, low number. Oh,
Think tight ends. Darren Waller.
no, quarterback. Go Desmond Ritter. Nope, that's the same division. You go your guess. Amo.
I'm on
Amo.
fire, sir.
Calm down.
Sir.
Calm down.
Go, bro. All right. That's where we're gonna start. We just have to start with who it was.
Higher jersey number,
Oh,
AFC.
dude. This did not. So he's in the AFC. He's probably a
13. Calvin
Oh, so
Ridley.
it's in the teens, so he's probably a QB.
Calvin Ridley.
Nah, let's go.
No,
He's
I think it. Okay.
but you meant Christian Kirk.
Christian Kirk. Yeah, that
But he's
one.
probably a QB. Dude, what if? Oh,
14, a
receiver.
wide receiver. Number 14, who's a wide receiver.
No, not Michael Pittman. Alec Pierce, but he's in the AFC South.
Um,
George Pickens.
George Pickens. Is he 9? Yeah, he's.
He was
Oh,
14.
it's not gonna be George Pickens. He's older,
Why?
older than 26.
Ooh, good
He's
call. Good
he's an
call.
old guy. He's either 28, 29. Oh, he's got to be 29. Yeah, probably a good guess right there. Oh,
29.
close.
You were right. Oh, he wears number 2. I'm tripping. I was thinking 19. That's why.
So
Oh my
number
gosh.
14, he's 29. He's a wide receiver in the East or West.
Why are we thinking 14? It could be 14, 16,
No, it
14.
has to be 14 because it's two away. If it's yellow, it means it's two away.
Oh,
So if
okay.
it's 12, it can be 13 or 14. Because it's
Okay.
13, it has to be 14.
I didn't know. I didn't know what that meant. So he's got to be in the East or the West, the
And
AFC.
he's 6 foot. We have all of his information.
6 foot, number 14. Dude,
Stephon Diggs.
but he's not in the AFC North.
Oh,
Buddy, buddy,
Stephon Diggs.
let's go, man.
Bam.
All right.
Wide receiver, 15 or 16 number. This could be
Oh, it's got yeah, higher, 15 or 16, and he's a receiver.
in the NFC. 15 or 16 in the NFC. Who could that be?
Who wears 15?
Wide receiver, two? 16
Uh,
maybe?
He's in the NFC?
Yeah, NFC. Bro, who could this be? Let's just guess a division to see if we can figure it out. Puka Nakua. It's either Puka. I think it's Puka.
He wears 17,
What does Tutu wear?
15.
I knew one of them did. Oh, he wears
Oh, he wears
5.
5. Damn. But he's
Oh,
5'9". Does that help?
oh. Um,
He's not in the East or West. I'm thinking he's in
so
the South.
South. Chris Godwin.
He wears 14.
Uh,
Think Bears.
Scotty Miller.
Oh, no. Bears. 15. Bears.
Who is it?
I don't know.
DJ Moore wears what number? 11 or
Two.
something? 2.
Two.
He wears
Darnell
2.
Mooney wears 11.
Elijah Mitchell's on the wrong division, not on the Bears. St. Brown, not
14.
Amon, but the other one on the Bears.
Equinemius?
Yeah, St. Brown.
Equinemius.
Oh, he wears 19.
Damn, we're wasting picks here.
So he's in the South. We
I
figured this
told you
out.
he's in the South. Jags.
Why were
Jags.
we thinking Bears?
Why were we?
The South. Saints? Michael Thomas? No, is this Chris Olave?
No, he was 12.
Um, Bucks? I think it's Scotty Miller.
Nah, he wore
Fuck.
10.
What are the teams are in that division? The Falcons. Drake
Oh,
London.
NFC South.
Drake
Bro.
London.
Oh, no, he wears 5.
Damn, I don't know any jersey numbers. Saints. Panthers. Adam Thielen wears 19. Um, he's
Bro,
young
this
though,
should be
bro.
so easy.
Mingo. Look at Mingo. I don't know what number he is, but Jonathan Mingo.
Mm,
15. He wears 16. Bro, this makes it so much easier. Who wears 16?
we don't know.
It's gotta be someone. So it's not on the Cardinals, which
He's
means
on the Bucks. He's on the Bucks. I can picture it. Name starts with a B.
Brandon, Brian,
No, last name starts with a B.
Bear.
Oh no.
Well, let's see if he's on the Bucks. Just go like Mike Evans or something.
How many guesses do we have?
We have up to 8, so we're on 5. So he's not on the Bucks. So he's either on the Saints or the Falcons. Who do the Falcons have besides Drake London catching the ball? And does Drake London wear 5 or 15?
Oh, does Matt Collins wear 10 or 16?
It's got to be 16. You're right. Matt Collins.
Matt Collins.
What? Go for it.
Mm-mm.
Falcons or Saints? Rashid Shaheed or whatever wears.
22.
Chris Olave wears 12.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Thomas wears 13.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be a Falcon, bro. I think
He wears 10, bro. Oh, he wears
18.
18. It
It
is a
is a Falcon. Oh, who else do they have? It's not Drake London. It's not Matt Collins.
bro.
Like no way it could be Van Jefferson. No
Bro,
way it's updated that quickly.
that would be so mean. But he wore 15.
But he can't wear 15 here.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
I looked it up and you're gonna be mad at me. But he's not on the team you thought.
What do you mean he's not on the team we thought?
The guy who it is. He's in the division. He was on this team. He wore number 10 for this team. Now he wears number 16.
Who is it? I hate you. It
Yeah,
wasn't.
we got to do one more. We got to do one more, make up for it.
Who
It
was
was,
it?
it was Scotty Miller.
No, that wasn't the answer.
Yes, it was.
No, it didn't get us. We didn't get it right.
No way.
Yeah.
How do I go back?
I don't know.
Bro, it was Scotty Miller. I looked it up.
I don't think so.
It gave us the answer.
All right, whatever.
Receiver in the AFC. Low number.
That's crazy. I was shouting from the rooftops.
I know. I'm sorry.
What did we get right? He's just a receiver in the AFC,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like tall, young, Zay Flowers.
No, he's
Yes.
not tall. Zay Flowers is like 5'9".
Um, he's young. Gabe Davis isn't that young. Gabe Davis is 24?
Yeah,
No way.
that surprised me. So this guy's what, 23 or 22?
Yeah, rookie. Dog, you sure it's not? It's got to be Zay Flowers. 6'1".
No, he's not.
We'll put it in.
Bro, he's 5'10".
Damn, you got it. But they gave us a lot of information, so you're welcome.
So he
He's
wears number
23,
6.
number 6 in
Oh, he wears 6.
the Darius Tony.
No, he wears 19.
Young guy.
What? So he wears 5?
Yeah. Oh no, not this again. He wears number 5. We didn't get a help on. We didn't get any information on that. Besides, he wears number 5.
But he's in the AFC.
T. Higgins. No, he
That's
can't be T. Higgins. It can't
yeah, it
be.
can.
No, because it's in the same division as Baltimore, and that's not right. Um, Palmer. Yeah. I think we ended there. That was great work. If you made it this far, as always, we appreciate you. Thank you for sticking through us all this time. Amo, got anything?
Oh yeah, I mean, we'll be wait.
We'll be back.
I do. Before we go, 1 second. Week 5 overall. Bad week, bad week. I ended up going 5-9. Matt went 8-6. But before we go and we forget, Thursday night.
We'll just quick pick it.
Let's make our picks here.
Chiefs.
Just real quick. Yeah, we don't even need to look at it. Chiefs. Yep, we're
Yep.
both taking Chiefs there. And other than that, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll be back after in the next few days. I don't know. We'll be
Yeah.
picking up for this next week's slate, and
Um,
we'll see you then.
yeah, also just go check out our Twitter or TikTok. They're both going to be in the bio, so go check those out. We greatly appreciate it. Help us grow. Um, Thanks, guys. See you next week or next
Peace.
episode. Peace.